Hey there. Today I want to take you on a journey that few dare to explore, what really happens in the first 9 minutes after death. It's a topic shrouded in mystery, fear, and countless theories. But what if I told you there's a rare truth revealed by Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, who spent decades exploring the spiritual realm? You might know Edgar Cayce as one of the most remarkable clairvoyants in history. His readings touched on everything from health to reincarnation, and most fascinatingly, the soul's journey after death. And it's this journey in those crucial first 9 minutes that I want to uncover with you today. Why 9 minutes? Well, according to Cayce's readings, those first minutes are critical, a transitional period where the soul leaves the body and begins its passage into the spiritual world. But it's not a quick or easy shift. It's filled with moments that can shape the soul's next steps, whether it moves on peacefully or struggles to find its path. Let's start with what happens immediately after the heart stops beating. Cayce described the soul as a separate energy that, at death, begins to detach itself from the physical body. It doesn't just vanish. Instead, it lingers, often confused and disoriented. This liminal state lasts approximately 3 to 4 minutes, during which the soul may not fully realize it has left the body. This is one reason many people report near-death experiences or out-of-body sensations. The soul is still processing the shock of death, clinging to memories and sensations from its last moments in the physical world. Cayce said this can be a confusing, even frightening experience, especially if the person died suddenly or violently. Around minute 5, things start to change. The soul begins to separate further, but it's not alone. Cayce spoke of spiritual guides or helpers who approach the soul at this time, beings of light who offer comfort and guidance. However, the soul's receptiveness to this help depends on its state of spiritual growth. If the soul is burdened with regrets, guilt, or unfinished business, it may resist the guidance. Instead of moving smoothly toward the light, it could linger, stuck in a kind of spiritual fog. Cayce warned that this resistance can cause the soul to experience confusion or even pain in these early moments. By minute 7 or 8, the soul faces a choice: to accept the help and begin its journey toward healing and renewal, or to remain trapped in earthly attachments. This choice is not always conscious, but reflects the soul's readiness to move on. What Cayce revealed next is even more profound. Those first 9 minutes set the tone for the soul's entire afterlife experience. It's a crucial window where spiritual conditions can either accelerate or delay the soul's transition. I know this might sound intense, even unsettling, but understanding this process can bring peace to those who fear death or to those mourning loved ones. Because death, according to Cayce, is not an end, but a beginning. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into what happens if the soul resists this transition and how spiritual growth influences the journey beyond those first critical minutes. Stay with me. You won't want to miss what comes next. Welcome back. Now that we've explored those first few minutes after death, the soul's initial detachment and the critical transitional period, let's take a closer look at what happens if the soul resists moving forward. Edgar Cayce revealed that not every soul is ready to make the journey smoothly. Some souls cling tightly to earthly attachments, unfinished business, deep regrets, or strong emotions like anger, fear, or guilt. This resistance can create a kind of spiritual tension or fog that traps the soul in those first crucial moments. Imagine waking up from a dream but refusing to leave the comfort of your bed because you're scared or confused. The soul's experience can be somewhat like that, uncertain, hesitant, and sometimes even lost. During this time, Cayce said the soul may experience what he described as spiritual unrest, a state where it feels disoriented and unable to fully embrace the light or guidance offered by spiritual helpers. This unrest might cause the soul to replay moments from its life, trying to make sense of what just happened or to fix what it left behind. But here's an important insight. This state is not permanent. The soul's evolution and spiritual growth play a vital role in determining how quickly it moves on. Cayce emphasized that souls who lived with awareness, kindness, and a pursuit of spiritual truth tend to move more easily through these first 9 minutes and beyond. They recognize the presence of spiritual guides, accept their help, and begin the healing process almost immediately. On the other hand, souls burdened by unresolved conflicts or denial might linger longer in this transitional space. They may even be drawn back toward the physical world, sometimes appearing as restless spirits, or feeling a strong pull toward familiar places or people. This is why Cayce spoke often about the importance of spiritual preparation during life. He believed that living with intention, forgiveness, and love not only enriches our earthly experience, but also prepares our souls for what comes next. It's also fascinating that Cayce described a kind of review during these minutes, where the soul relives key moments of its life, almost like a preview. This review is neither judgment nor punishment, but a chance for the soul to learn and understand its journey better. By minute 9, the soul ideally reaches a point of clarity, either ready to move toward the light and begin its healing and renewal, or still grappling with earthly ties that might delay the transition. This process, though mysterious, is deeply compassionate. Cayce's vision shows us that the afterlife is not about fear or punishment, but growth, learning, and eventual peace. In the next part, we'll explore what spiritual guides do during this time and how their presence affects the soul's journey in those first 9 minutes. Plus, I'll share some rare insights Cayce uncovered about the choices souls face in this delicate moment. Stay tuned. It's about to get even more enlightening. Welcome back. So far, we've discussed the soul's initial moments after death and what happens when it struggles to move forward. Now let's dive deeper into the role of spiritual guides, the unseen helpers Edgar Cayce described, and how they influence the soul's journey in those first 9 minutes. According to Cayce, spiritual guides are beings of light and love, assigned to assist souls during this critical transition. They don't force or coerce, but gently offer comfort, clarity, and direction to the newly departed. Think of them as compassionate companions, helping a traveler who's just lost their way in an unfamiliar place. These guides can appear as familiar faces, symbols, or simply radiant light. Their main goal is to ease the soul's fear and confusion, helping it to recognize that death is not the end, but the start of a new chapter. But the connection between the soul and its guides depends heavily on the soul's readiness. If a soul is spiritually mature, open, and receptive, it can immediately sense their presence and accept their assistance. This acceptance helps the soul move toward healing and renewal with less struggle. On the other hand, if the soul resists or is weighed down by guilt or denial, it may push the guides away or remain blind to their presence. This rejection prolongs the transitional phase and may cause the soul to linger in a state of unrest or even confusion. Cayce also revealed that these guides help the soul review its life, not as judges, but as compassionate witnesses who assist in understanding lessons learned and areas for growth. This review is a vital part of the soul's healing, allowing it to prepare for the next phase of existence. One of the rarest truths Cayce uncovered is that the soul's journey isn't just about leaving the body, but also about reconnecting with its true, eternal nature. The guides serve as bridges, reconnecting the soul to its higher self and the divine source. As this process unfolds in the first 9 minutes, the soul gradually lets go of earthly ties, fears, and regrets. This release is essential for the soul to progress and find peace. It's important to remember that this experience is unique for each soul. Some may move swiftly through this passage, while others require more time and support. Understanding this can bring comfort to those facing their own mortality and to those grieving the loss of loved ones. The journey after death, as Edgar Cayce described, is one of love, guidance, and transformation. In the final part, We will explore the ultimate choice the soul makes in those final moments and how that choice shapes its future. Plus, I'll share how Cayce's insights can inspire us to live better lives here and now. Stay with me. The conclusion is coming up next. Welcome back to the final part of this journey. We've explored the soul's first moments after death, the challenges it faces, and the guiding presence of spiritual helpers. Now, it's time to uncover the ultimate choice the soul makes in those first 9 minutes, a decision that sets the course for its next journey. Edgar Cayce revealed that the soul, in those critical moments, must choose whether to embrace the light and move forward or to hold on to earthly attachments and delay its passage. This choice isn't always conscious, but it reflects the soul's level of readiness and spiritual growth. For souls that have lived with love, forgiveness, and awareness, this choice is natural and freeing. They feel a pull toward the light, toward healing and renewal. Acceptance brings peace, and the soul begins to transition to higher realms. But for those weighed down by regrets, fears, or unresolved emotions, this moment can be filled with resistance. They might feel fear of the unknown or an overwhelming desire to return to the physical world. Cayce warned that this resistance can prolong suffering and delay the soul's growth. What's powerful about Cayce's message is that this choice is not final or punitive. The soul has multiple opportunities for growth beyond this moment, through reincarnation or spiritual learning. The first 9 minutes are simply the opening chapter of a much larger journey. So what can we learn from this? Cayce's insights encourage us to live consciously, nurturing our spiritual health every day. By embracing love, forgiveness, and awareness now, we prepare ourselves for that inevitable transition. Understanding what happens in those first 9 minutes after death can bring peace and hope, reminding us that death is not the end, but a doorway to continued growth and discovery. Thank you for joining me on this profound exploration. If this journey touched you, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with others who seek to understand life's greatest mystery. Leave a comment below. What part of Edgar Cayce's revelations surprised you the most? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, knowledge is the first step toward peace. Until next time, take care of your soul here and now.